Hey guys, this is Sean with Integrity Ranch. Out here moving the cows. Trying to get some chores done. Gotta go to the Missouri Forage and Grassland Council annual meeting. Annual conference, I guess, but it's a good time. There's a lot of stuff to learn. They cover pretty much all the bases: cows, sheep, goats, native grasses, feed you really well. It's really enjoyable. Give you a chance to get away and get hyped back up for grazing, trying to do a better job with your genetics and all that stuff. So we're giving the goat talk there, so trying to get all this stuff wrapped up so I can take off for a couple days. Cows are out here grazing. This is it's a hay field. It's not exactly a lease. I mean, we lease it in the wintertime, but we just lease it by the month is how it actually pencils out. So we don't lease it for the year. The person that owns this, he's actually a crop farmer. He lives a little ways away from here. But a pretty, you got to kind of understand who you're dealing with when you're leasing ground. And this guy he likes his tractors, he has some cows, but he's a farmer. He's more into machines and fertilizers and that type of stuff. So he doesn't want to lease out this field. He likes making hay over here. But he gets pretty busy in the fall with harvest and everything, and so he doesn't hardly ever hay this piece in the fall. And so I reached out to him and wanted to see if he would lease it, and he didn't just say yes, sounds good. I mean, you have to build that relationship, and luckily enough for me, his uncle knows me pretty well, and so his uncle was able to vouch for me, and that kind of got my foot in the door. But now we've kind of got a relationship going and a deal worked out where we bring cows over here late fall, early winter, and graze this field instead of hay in it. And to him, it's a win because he gets some money, and he doesn't really have the time to get over here and hay it anyway. For us, it's a win because we get to extend our stockpile, our grazing into the winter. We can come to this piece and give all our other pastures a break. And grazing, anytime you can graze, as long as it's affordable, it's usually always going to be cheaper than feeding hay. Obviously, if you pay too much for it, it's not. But we get this to where it's for sure cheaper than feeding hay. We rotate the cows when we're here. And there's no doubt in my mind we're making this field better. As you can see, it's growing some broom sedge and stuff. But I for sure think we're making it better. And I don't know that the landowner quite sees all that yet, but we're not doing anything to really make it look like we're doing, we're messing anything up. Always fixing a little fence and trying to leave everything kind of like we found it. And by doing this, it gets us that winter feed that we're kind of lacking around here. It's hard to stockpile enough grass to graze most of the winter without being shorted on animals in the growing season. And so by having a deal like this, it actually works out really nice. But it's not your average lease. It's not a year-long thing, but it works for both the people, and so it's a good deal. So keep your eye out for stuff like this. Stay open-minded, and yeah. And then you got to work on genetics, because if you're going to graze, into the winter, you've got to have low input animals. Otherwise, they're going to get too thin. Their needs are just too high. Some animals, that's just the bottom line. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're trying to graze them, on low forage grasses in the wintertime. If their needs are too high, they're just not going to hold up to it. And So you got to select for easy fleshing animals, usually animals with a lot of depth of body, big guts. They're going to do better. But yeah, we'll catch you guys around. We're going to take off. Thanks for watching, everyone.